this is the Faber-Castell pastels. I use the soft pastels. You can also use a pastel pencil. I prefer not to use a pastel pencil. I prefer to use the soft pastels because you're going to actually see, I'm actually going to blend them on the paper. All right, with a paintbrush. Okay, but there you get a nice variety of color. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly show you how I would actually do. Let's get a thicker one here. Let's see how that's too thin. Okay, right. So the only thing with pastel is you can go back over it again with a pen, but then you have to first spray it, okay? Because obviously when you try and draw with this on top of pastel, the pastel tends to get into the nib, okay? Because it's a powder, remember? Okay, so if you ever do go back into this with your pastel, you need to first fix it with a fixative and then eventually and then just put in the finer details. So I'm sort of going to try and get a bit more detail today first before I go in with the pastel, just to show you. Okay, so then I'm going to get rid of the pencil. So there I have my tree. Okay, and now I'm going to show you with the pastels. It's very cool, this. Okay, so I'm going to use a green. So the pastel is very soft. You can see it goes on quite softly. It's like a powdery effect. Okay. And what's this is you can actually work into it afterwards and you can add more colors if you need to. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Now I'm going to try take a dry paintbrush. And obviously the more pastel you put on, the darker your color is going to be. And then you basically blend your pastel into your tree. So if I want to then make it darker areas, then I have to obviously go in again. And now you're going to see what happens here is your black of your ink now starts disappearing. Okay. So yeah, so you can see it becomes a bit vague, but don't worry, you're going to see what happens when I spray it. And I mean, then you can leave that texture there. So if you want to leave some of the texture to get that sort of textured feeling of the leaves, you can. You can just leave it like that. Or you can blend it in, you know, and to make it more smooth. But that's up to you. So, yeah, I mean, this is basically what you would call mixed media. Okay. Right. And then I'm going to do the trunk. Okay, so there we go. So there's my pastel version. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and quickly spray it. So obviously make sure that whatever you don't want to stay, you know, like the marks or anything, you're going to do that. So let me spray it quickly. Voila. There we go.